request all our dignitaries to take their seats amidst the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our chief guest, we have our guest of honor, we have our jury members, we have our awardees, all joining us. And it's our pleasure to receive them with a very warm round of applause. I request all of you to be seated, and I request all the students of Roshni NILAYA also to come and take their seats. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a historic moment for all the stakeholders of Roshni NILAYA because for the first time ever, Roshni Alumni Association, in collaboration with the alma mater, Roshni NILAYA, has instituted national level awards. However, the tagline for the evening is that we speak very little and save your time, and we avoid all repetitions. But then I must say that this historic moment coincides with the centenary birth celebrations of the founder principal, Dr. Olinda Pereira, and that is why all of us, the alumni of Roshni NILAYA, stand here with a lot of joy and pride. Over to Ratna.
Tonight, we gather for the first time, not simply for an awards function, but for a celebration of purpose. The School of Social Work has always stood for compassion in action, and our alumni carry that light into communities near and far. As we begin this evening ceremony, we pay tribute to those who continue to brighten lives through their relentless dedication. These are individuals who have turned learning into impact and impact into inspiration. Even in the darkest moments, one flame of compassion is enough to guide, heal, and inspire. It is with this spirit and blessings of the Almighty we begin the evening and begin today's ceremony. May this gathering be guided by wisdom, our words by kindness, and our actions by a deep commitment to humanity. I request the students of School of Social Work to lead us into prayer.
I request the audience to remain seated in prayerful silence as the students lead us in prayer.
Whenever the clouds take over the sky, it seems the sun's not shining, but it won't bring us down, for will it arise to find the silver lining? We'll be grateful in the storm for a place that's safe and warm. In the longest, hardest days, God is with us every step we take. We'll be grateful in the dark.
dear students, for elevating us to the spiritual plane. I'm sure because of your prayers, our program will be a smooth one. It was Thomas Beddoes who once asked, if there were dreams to buy, what would you buy? The president of Roshni Alumni Association, Mr. Anand De Silva, bought a meaningful dream. And that dream was to bring the name of his alma mater to the national level, and it is his brainchild that has taken shape. And this evening, we have the Roshni Impact Awards, and it is the privilege of President Anand to welcome all of us. Over to you, Anand De Silva.
Season's greetings to each and every one of you. Whether you are seated here with us today or joining us from behind a screen somewhere across the world, your presence matters. And I'm truly glad you have been a part of this moment. With great pride and humility, and on behalf of the organizing committee, I warmly welcome each distinguished guest this evening as we come together to celebrate the Roshni Impact Awards. When compassion becomes action, it creates impact. With this thought, I extend a warm welcome to our distinguished and illustrious chief guest, Mr. Ravindranath Shanbag, and our esteemed guest of honor, Mr. Ahmed Kabir, who have graciously joined us today. Your presence adds great value and inspiration to this evening, and we are truly grateful for your time and encouragement. It is with deepest admiration that I extend a most heartfelt welcome to our distinguished award recipients, Mr. Michael D'Souza, Dr. Joshua Jayasheelan, Dr. Flavia Agnes, Dr. Anis Cherian, Mr. Jeet Milan Roch, and Ms. Poonam Pardeshi, the true luminaries of this evening. Tonight, we gather to honor your extraordinary dedication, boundless compassion, and unwavering commitment to the service of society. Your work so often carried out quietly and without acclaim speaks with remarkable power through the lives you have uplifted, healed, and transformed, leaving an enduring legacy of hope and humanity. This evening would not carry the same depth, credibility, or significance without the esteemed presence of a distinguished jury, an assembly of eminent professionals and respected thought leaders, led by the chair, our own, Mr. Alan Pereira, a distinguished alumnus, and joined by Dr. Janardhan, Dr. P.K. Shahjahan, Professor L.S. Gandidos, and our very own Dr. Rita Norona. We are truly honored by your presence. We extend our warmest welcome and our sincerest gratitude for the time, wisdom, and integrity you have so generously contributed. Your meticulous evaluation and independent judgment ensure that these Impact Awards stand as a true testament to merit, commitment, and meaningful social transformation. We acknowledge with gratitude the presence of our valued sponsors. Your generous support has transformed this vision into reality. By standing with the Impact Awards, you have reaffirmed your belief in social responsibility and in celebrating those who quietly yet powerfully change lives. We are truly grateful for your partnership. We extend a warm welcome to the members of the Nomination Screening Committee, Mr. Jocelyn Lobo and Ms. Mariola. Your diligent review, fairness and attention to detail laid the foundation for the credibility of these Impact Awards. Thank you for the quiet yet critical role you have played in upholding the integrity of the process. We are delighted to welcome the distinguished president of our institute, Ms. Vida Sequeira. Your leadership, ma'am, vision, and constant guidance continues to inspire excellence, service, and integrity within our institution. We are honored by your presence this evening. We are pleased to acknowledge the presence of our esteemed principal, Dr. Sophia. Your constant encouragement and wholehearted support has been instrumental in making the Impact Awards a reality. We are deeply grateful for your leadership, wholehearted support, and guidance. We are deeply delighted to have with us our former principal, Dr. Jacinta D'Souza, whose active support and continued encouragement have played a meaningful role in strengthening the Impact Awards. Her presence reminds us that true leadership continues well beyond office. She has been a great partner right from the beginning of this event, of the award planning. I take this moment to warmly welcome and sincerely appreciate the Roshni organizing committee of the Roshni Impact Awards. This evening stands as a reflection of your support of the vision, dedication, and countless hours of thoughtful planning. Behind every seamless moment of today's program is your quiet commitment, teamwork, and belief in recognizing social impact. We are pleased to acknowledge the presence of the President of National Institute of Personnel Management and also the Daiji World team for the live telecast of this program. We welcome them. As we draw the welcome to its dignified close, we extend our sincere appreciation to all who have graced us with their presence, our media colleagues, our beloved alumni from across the world, the staff, the students of School of Social Work Roshni NILAYA, and all the esteemed guests and special invitees. Your participation tonight serves as a testament to the power of community service and the shared commitment to making a lasting impact. Today's gathering is special not merely because we are celebrating excellence, but because we are recognizing impact. Impact that quietly transforms lives, strengthens communities, and brings hope where it's most needed. Your presence here reflects a shared belief that service to society is one of the highest forms of leadership. The Impact Awards were instituted with a clear purpose to encourage and acknowledge individuals who have chosen to look beyond themselves and work selflessly for the greater good. Social challenges are diverse and complex, and no single effort or field can address them all. That is why these awards were created across different areas of social work. These awards are not just about achievements, they are about values. They are about compassion, commitment, integrity, and perseverance. They remind us that real impact does not always make headlines, but it leaves lasting footprints on lives and communities. This evening, as we celebrate the awardees, we also hope to inspire others, especially the younger generation, to believe that every effort counts and that service in any form has to be the power to shape a better tomorrow. As Mahatma Gandhi reminded us, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. With this thought, I warmly welcome all of you to an evening that celebrates service, sacrifice, and social impact. Thank you for honoring us with your presence, and may the remainder of this evening be both inspiring and memorable.
Thank you, Anand, for summing the motto of the college, "Love is made fruitful in service," in such beautiful words. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce someone who makes the impossible look routine and the routine look exceptional. The convener for the Roshni Impact Awards, Mr. Brian Fernandez, is that rare combination we all wish we had on our team. And we did get lucky. He has proved to be a master organizer, a language expert, and a perfectionist who brings excellence to absolutely everything he touches. He is the person who can turn a messy situation into a neat solution and do it in multiple languages and with a fair sense of democracy. Please welcome the man who will now introduce our chief guest of the evening.
Just in a lighter vein, I know where my specs are. Ladies and gentlemen, awardees, jury members, our alumni, teachers, every one of you here. You know, it's Christmas season. So let me start with a verse from the Gospel of Matthew, one that many of us know very well. It defines some of us, refines some of us, and renews others. We quote it very often, we frame it, and very often we are framed by it. Now, what is this quote? This quote is very simple. You are the salt of the earth, and you are the light of the world. Salt does not announce itself. Light does not argue its relevance, you can make out. Salt preserves, and it flavors. Light reveals, and it directs. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why this verse lifts this evening and fits this evening and the chief guest very perfectly. Salt works quietly, we all know that. You notice it only when it's missing. And when it is missing, things decay and there's no flavor at all. Light, on the other hand, is inconvenient. It exposes what we would rather keep hidden. It makes us very uncomfortable, but it shows us the way. And our chief guest tonight, Dr. Ravindranath Shanbag, is someone who has chosen very deliberately to be both the salt and the light. He has never chased visibility. In fact, the opposite is true. Visibility has chased him. He is a professor and a doctor of pharmacology who became a lawyer. Strange combination, but very effective. A professional who chose people over profit. A citizen who chose convenience over comfort. During the emergency of 1975, when silence was safer, he chose to speak and paid for it with imprisonment. That experience did not harden him, it clarified him. For decades, he has stood with the elderly, with the unheard, the cheated, and the forgotten. Thousands of grievances he has handled, often without charging a rupee. That's very remarkable in this day and age. Always with unwavering commitment. He educates, he does not agitate. He argues with facts, not volume. He believes rights matter only when ordinary people can enjoy them. And perhaps the clearest measure of this man, he once declined a prestigious public honor because he felt it was inappropriate to accept awards while citizens are still waiting for justice. That is salt. That is light. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to welcome the chief guest for the evening, Dr. Ravindranath Shanbag, the president of the Human Rights Foundation, Would-Be. Give him a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brian and Brain are anagrams. If you rearrange the letters, you get Brian and Brain. Quite often we refer to Brian as Brainy Brian, and he has contributed immensely towards the intellectual property of this particular ceremony. Thank you, Brian, for those words with which you have introduced our chief guest. When it goes to the popularity index at Roshni NILAYA, we have Dr. Meena Montero from the social work department, who reaches the peak. That is why we chose her to introduce a very popular figure amidst us, who has consented to be our guest of honor. Our guest of honor will now be introduced by Dr. Meena Montero.
Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor and privilege to introduce our guest of honor, a living example of resilience, faith, and unstoppable determination, Mr. Ahmed Kabir. 25-year-old Mr. Ahmed Kabir hails from Kachinodi Bantwal Taluk, and his life journey is nothing short of extraordinary. Born healthy, he lost mobility at the age of 1 and today lives with a condition that restricts all physical movement. Yet, what the body could not do, the spirit refused to surrender. With just a single functioning finger and the unwavering support of his mother, Ahmed transformed challenges into opportunities. Mostly self-taught, he mastered skills through reading, online learning, and hands-on client interaction. What began as a simple photo and video editing has grown into a powerful digit entrepreneurial ecosystem. He is a visionary force behind multiple successful ventures, including KTB Shop 24, KTB's Photography 24, KTB's Craftic 24, KTB's Decor Lush 24, and KTB's Travels 24. From content creation and online brand building to event coordination and travel services, Ahmed manages everything remotely from home, collaborating with professionals when needed. Beyond business success, his life is deeply rooted in faith, patience, and gratitude. Ahmed humbly credits his strength to the Almighty and the tireless love and care, prayers of his mother, his greatest pillar of support. Through creativity, courage, and spiritual grounding, Mr. Kabir has achieved financial independence and has become a beacon of hope. For thousands, his story powerfully reminds us that limitations do not define destiny, and that with belief, determination, and a mother's love, miracles truly are possible. Please join me, ladies and gentlemen, in extending a warm and heartfelt welcome to our guest of honor, Mr. Ahmed Kabir. Thank you.
Thank you, Meena. When I see Kabir sitting there, I'm just reminded of the calm, the clarity, and just the right amount of brilliance and the perseverance he must have in life to pursue all that he has done. Congratulations. The evening has started with an earnestness, and as we move towards the inaugural ceremony, I request President of RA, Mr. Anand De Silva, and Convener of the Impact Awards program, Mr. Brian Fernandez, to escort our dignitaries to the dais. We welcome our chief guest, Mr. Rabindranath Schanberg, guests of honor, Mr. Ahmed Kabir, and Professor Vida Sequeira, President of the Institute. The inaugural ceremony is a moment of quiet significance. Through the lighting of the lamp, we symbolically invite clarity of thought, warmth of heart, and strength of action into this space. It reminds us that progress begins with awareness and change begins with one small flame of intention.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evolution of light is a testimony to man's power of imagination, innovation, and invention. Man learned to light a fire 1.7 million years ago. The discovery was serendipitous. When two stones got rubbed against each other, lo, there flew sparks of fire. Later, primitive oil lamps were discovered in the caves dating back to 70,000 BC. It was the first evidence that humans had learned how to control fire and used it as an illumination technique. More significant inventions were made in 500 BC when Romans used candles to light up their homes and palaces. Later, brighter gas lamps were used to illuminate the streets and homes. In the modern era, the invention of electricity was a game changer. In 1879, Thomas Alva Edison developed a working design of an electric bulb. He was not the inventor of the electric bulb, but his model was much more significant. Since then, we have not looked back. There have been torchlights, neon lights, flashlights, floodlights, including mobile lights. But ladies and gentlemen, this evening we have none of those lights getting illuminated. Saluting the power of imagination, innovation and invention of mankind, we have tiny lamps which need no electricity, no battery, not even matchsticks to get illuminated. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they don't need any of these because they get lit by water. Yes, water. Light gets lit with water, a terrific symbol for coexistence in peace and harmony when we have fire, light and water going hand in hand. We have those tiny lamps in the hands of our dignitaries. Friends, every religion has revered light. Let there be light, says the book of Genesis. Allah guides whoever He wills to His light, says the Quran. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, say the Upanishads. Even as the light shines, let us salute the award winners for being the light in the lives of thousands. The tiny lamps now will be placed on the stage by our volunteers, and they will remain illuminated as long as water sustains them. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together because we have just inaugurated Roshni Impact Awards 2025. I thank the EC members of RA and the staff members of Roshni NILAYA for their assistance in the inaugural ceremony, and I ask them to take their seats amidst the audience, even as I request the dignitaries to remain on the dais. We have a small change on the agenda to accommodate the request of Mr. Ahmed Kabir, and we will now have first part of the award ceremony with a change. Over to Ratna.
Thank you, Malini. I'm sure you'll agree with me that this was a very, very creative inaugural. And all thanks to Malini, whose mind is always abuzz with such wonderful ideas. Poonam Pardeshi is an accomplished social worker, disability rights advocate, and inclusion specialist with 2 decades of experience, remarkable both professionally and as someone blind since birth. A graduate of Nirmala Niketan and Tata Institute of Social Sciences, She currently serves as program coordinator at Perkins India, where she leads inclusive education initiatives across mainstream schools, working with teachers, parents, and partner NGOs. Her career spans a wide range of development organizations, and amongst which are the Dreamcatchers Foundation and the Leonard Cheshire Disability and the National Association for the Blind India. She has managed complex programs involving curriculum development, disability sensitization, monitoring and evaluation, community-based rehabilitation, accessible technology awareness, and advocacy at local, state, and national levels. Her work has influenced disability inclusion for children, youth, and adults across diverse settings. Ladies and gentlemen, the jury felt that her contribution stood out distinctly and unanimously agreed to recognize an exceptional effort with a special jury award. The Nazneen Abdullah Yenapoya Special Jury Award goes to Ms. Poonam Pardeshi for advocating ability and not disability. I request Ms. Evelyn Bennis to escort Poonam to the dais, and I also request Chair of Jury Mr. Alan Pereira to join us on this stage. I'm sure we can do better than that. Let us give her a rousing ovation. Congratulations, Poonam Pardeshi. We will now have Poonam to respond to her winning this award.
Good evening, everyone. Honorable Chief Guest, Guest of Honor, all the members of the Roshni Alumni Association, the jury members, principal, students, faculty members of the School of Social Work, Roshni NILAYA, and all my friends. I stand before you today with a deep gratitude and a full heart. My warmest thanks to the Roshni Alumni Association and the School of Social Work, Roshni NILAYA, for conferring on me this Roshni Impact Award 2025 Special Jury Award. I am also truly grateful to my guide, my mentor, Dr. Lidwin Dias, Principal of Nirmala Niketan College of Social Work, for her support, encouragement, and nominating me for this award. This honor means more to me than the words can capture. And at this moment, I also, my thoughts go to first to my parents, my teachers, my mentors, friends, and colleagues who shaped my values and strengthened my spirit. And whatever I have been able to do so far is all because they believed in me long before the world did. I am very happy to receive this award, and I'm very humbled and heartened by this award. It's very heartening because it encourages me to continue with the work that I deeply care about. And it is humbling because it reminds me that this honor is not mine alone. This recognition is not mine alone. I accept it on behalf of countless persons with disabilities whose talent, resilience, and aspirations often remain unseen. Despite the barriers in our society that exist, be it attitudinal, environmental, or institutional, persons with disabilities across our country have repeatedly shown that when given the equality of opportunity, they can excel in all spheres of life, including education, administration, law, social development, and technology, community leadership, etc. And their achievements, it reminds us that disability is not about limitation. It is very much part of humanity and human diversity. So please allow me to express few sentiments that just does not reflect my voice, but the voice of the many. So, and I quote, "We do not need pity and charity. We need equal opportunity. We do not need rejection. We need acceptance and dignified access. We do not need condescension. We need an environment that enables our potential to flourish. We do not need rhetoric. We need recognition of our capabilities. And if our societies can commit to this, to dignity, equality, and inclusion, then friends, I promise you that persons with disabilities will never let you down. My dream and my work continue to be driven by a very small but very significant and powerful vision, that is an inclusive and egalitarian society where every individual, whether disabled or non-disabled, can live with dignity, contribute meaningfully, and thrive without barriers. Today's honor strengthens my determination to keep walking on this path with compassion, conviction, and hope. And I thank you once again for this recognition. I accept it with humility, gratitude, and a renewed commitment to work for the cause of inclusion. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the days we have not one but two miracles of nature. After having heard Poonam, we now have the privilege of listening to our guest of honor, Ahmed Kabir.
No, my friend.
It's okay, but I don't know how he wants it.
Sorry. Good evening, everybody. ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Okay, okay. Thank you for inviting Roshni.
You can talk in Kannada also, you can talk.
Okay.
Yes, yes, of course. All can understand.
Hey, now and then.
Actually, Ahmad Kabir does not need words. His work speaks for him, and we are in awe of all the achievements that Mr. Ahmad Kabir has had in his life, and we wish him all the best in the coming years because he is very young. He's only 25. He has his whole life in front of him, and we are sure that he will win more and more accolades. Ladies and gentlemen, let's once again put our hands together for our awardee, Poonam Pardesi, and our guest of honor, Ahmad Kabir. We have now the pleasure of felicitating our guest of honor. I will hold it for him. I think you can come, ma'am. You can give it to him. Thank you very much for accepting our small memento of love and gratitude. I now request all our dignitaries to take their seats amidst the audience, even as our chairman of the jury, Mr. Alan Pereira, remains on the stage. Sorry, sir, we will make you stand here for some more time. May I request our other dignitaries to take their seats amidst the audience. I request the volunteers to remove the chair of honor from the seat. Thank you once again for participating in this inaugural ceremony. It is now the privilege of Ratna Pinto to introduce the chairman of the jury, Mr. Alan Pereira.
Mr. Alan C.A. Pereira, a postgraduate in social work, has made an enduring contribution to India's banking sector through a distinguished 33-year career at various banks, where his expertise was widely recognized. His professional excellence was recognized, and the Government of India appointed him as the Executive Director of the Oriental Bank of Commerce and later entrusted him with the leadership of the Bank of Maharashtra as Chairman and Managing Director. Following his superannuation, he was invited by the Reserve Bank of India to head the National Institute of Bank Management, Pune, as its director, where he guided capacity building initiatives for the banking fraternity. A seasoned administrator and development-oriented leader, he continues to lend his expertise to the financial sector and currently serves as an independent director at InSolutions Global Limited, Mumbai. His career reflects a rare blend of professionalism, committed to institution building, and a lifelong dedication to national development. With pleasure, I now invite him to address the gathering as chair of the jury and share his experiences with us.
Thank you, ma'am, for that introduction. Distinguished Chief Guest, Dr. Shanbach, it's a pleasure meeting you after so many years. Distinguished guests, members of the jury, members of the faculty, students, the awardees, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm tempted to remember what my professor said when I was moving out of St. Aloysius College after graduation in 1970. We had asked him to tell us what should be our guiding star. And he just said, I'm not going to give you any advice, but I just wanted to tell you, in the ultimate analysis, one's success will not be evaluated by the size of his wallet or one's bank balance or the value of his assets. He said, now note very carefully the second part, which may not be very palatable, but by the distance one travels, and on this journey the number of lives he or she touches for the better. And I think today my alma mater here, Roshni, NILAYA, and the Alumni Association is trying to reconfirm probably this long forgotten motto. I'm very happy that I'm here amidst distinguished people, and especially to celebrate the world of special abilities, not disabilities. The awards committee of the School of Social Work and the Alumni Association had conveyed to each of the distinguished members of the jury who are here today details of the nominations and the background documents supporting the achievements of these wonderful people. The work done by each nominee and the impact on society was to be evaluated by each one of us independently without reference to each other, and we adopted a scorecard with 7 parameters, each parameter having a score between 1 and 10. 1 the least, 10 the highest. And then each of really a reality? Was it meaningful? And was it really beneficial? The weightage was 10%. The sixth was quality of the document, the reports, the photographies, which evidences which would convince us that it was not a made-up story. And last but not the least, the alignment of the practices, programs of these nominees to the values of this course of social work, namely compassion, social transformation, compassion and courage. It was professionally very enriching for each one of us. Probably I can say on behalf of all my members that it was a very enriching and sometimes very humbling experience. And it was a matter of happiness to encounter men and women who selflessly strive to build a just, equitable sustainable and humane society despite seemingly insurmountable odds. On behalf of members of the jury, I congratulate each one of the awardees. I won't call them winners. They have been recognized and the journey is still going on. And I'm sure in the days to come, they're going to have a greater impact on a society where the gap between the haves and have-nots is widening despite huge amount of development. And we sincerely wish them great success and a great sense of fulfillment in the chosen field. Congratulations. Thank you for this honor. Great.
Dear Mr. Trailblazer, we won't say Daniel has come down for judgment, but we want to say that here is a person who has used his authority with responsibility. Thank you for all the help that you gave us at the time of the selection of the awardees. Do accept a small token of our love and gratitude. Please go to the center. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the health of a human being, we know that 5 elements play a crucial role. Similarly, when it comes to the health of a society, a community, the 5 sectors that we have chosen for 5 different awards make as significant a contribution as the 5 elements make. That is why we have chosen the theme of 5 elements to introduce each of these awards. And we begin with fire because the first award that we have for this evening is Kudla Beacon Award. Well, I'll keep the name in suspense for some more time, except to say that the sons and daughters of the soil contribute for the welfare of their land with a lot of passion in their heart. That is why we have chosen the element of fire as the introductory bit for this particular award of Kudla Beacon. And this particular piece of entertainment, fire in the form of a dance, comes to us by the students of School of Social Work. Over to them.
From a single spark,
a speck of light will grow the flame which burns within my heart. Higher and higher it will burn, and I will carry to you this wondrous light in the palm of my hand, where the fire will start.
अनंत अग्नि पर्वत अग्नि धन अग्नि काल अग्नि पाताल अग्नि रक्षक अग्नि प्राण अग्नि आदि अग्नि अनंत अग्नि पर्वत अग्नि धन अग्नि काल अग्नि पाताल अग्नि रक्षक अग्नि प्राण अग्नि यहाँ था मगर जो यहाँ था वो हम संख्या के बिन संख्या पर जो यहाँ था वो हम अग्नि की जो पहली लपटों से खेला हो अग्नि में ही जो फला और फूला वो हम आ कटार लेके आ तलवार लेके आ हजार लेके आ जा कटार लेके आ तलवार लेके आ हजार लेके आ जा
And now to announce the awardee, the prize winner for the Kudla Beacon Award, none other than Mr. Michael D'Souza. And I'm sure all of you have heard of him and know of him, and the dance that they depicted, the intensity and the passion of the fire, it is as strong in Mr. Michael D'Souza when it comes to his philanthropic works. Michael D'Souza, born in Puttur in 1952, is a distinguished entrepreneur and philanthropist whose work has transformed lives across Mangalore, Udupi, and the wider region. Beginning his career with small retail businesses, he went on to build a global footprint in real estate, hospitality, and equity investments, while simultaneously mentoring emerging entrepreneurs and guiding business communities in the UAE. His professional journey, spanning more than 5 decades, is characterized by practical vision, disciplined growth, and an unwavering commitment to service. Michael's philanthropic impact is far-reaching. Through his extensive educational initiatives, he has provided interest-free loans amounting to nearly 33.5 crore rupees to 3,698 students, especially those pursuing professional careers. His contributions to housing for the poor have enabled the construction or repair of more than 417 homes. Beyond individual beneficiaries, Michael supports major institutional projects, parish development, healthcare initiatives, and charitable organizations, often combining financial assistance with strategic guidance. Recognized with several prestigious awards, he remains a driving force for education, empowerment, and community advancement. Pleased to announce the awardee for the Kudla Beacon Award, I request Michael to please take the stage. And I also request Anand and Brian and Professor Vida Sequeira and our chief guest, Mr. Rabindranath Shanbhog, to come to the dais. I take this opportunity to recognize the presence of Flavia D'Souza, wife of Mr. Michael D'Souza, who is an equal partner in all his work. I request Flavia to come to the stage as well.
Dear Mr. Michael D'Souza, it's not an honor for you, it's actually an honor for us that you have accepted this award from Ra and School of Social Work. Thank you very much. May we now request you to voice your sentiments on this occasion.
Good evening to everyone present. Dignitaries on the dais, of the dais, sisters, governing council, members of Roshni, NILAYA, the jury, the respected guests, awardees, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, I thank God Almighty for giving us the wealth which is more than what we require for our comfortable living. Second, the generosity to help that, through that help, wealth, to help the poor families and the needy, the generous heart. Third, I am fully convinced that wealth, we are only the custodians, and maybe God above is looking at us. I have given you the wealth more than for your comfortable living. What you are doing with that wealth? I have given the opportunities, and you have to show the responsibilities. Throughout our life, we have tried identifying opportunities and responsibilities to help others. With this note, let me start by saying this. I like visibility. I believe good work must be seen, spoken about, and discussed, because silence does not inspire action, but stories do. So when Roshni decided to honor me, I said yes, not just for myself, but because recognition creates momentum, and momentum creates more good. I thank the School of Social Work, Roshni, the jury, and everyone associated with Roshni Impact Awards. 65 years of service is not just an achievement, it is a legacy. And institutions like this remind us that service is not an event, it's a habit. People often ask me why I do what I do. Education, housing, empowerment. The answer is simple. I have seen what lack of opportunity does to families. And I have seen what one opportunity can do to change the entire life. I believe money has only one real purpose: to create dignity, not dependency, but dignity. A loan that lets a student talk, a home gives that family stability, an opportunity that replaces fear with confidence. That is what drives me. Let me say something I always say, and I make no apology for repeating it. Don't forget your parents. In Konkani it is called Maim Bapa Kivisranakat. Because long before world claps for you, they believed in you quietly. Don't forget where you were born. In Konkani is say Maim Gawa Kivisranakat. Your success may take you to places, but your roots give you grounding. And don't forget your mother tongue. In Konkani I say, Mai Bashe Kivisranakat. Because language is not just communication. It is culture, memory, and identity. These are not slogans, they are anchors. I stand here today because I remembered these three things, especially when life moved fast and success came knocking. I must thank my family for standing by me. Thank you, Flavia, my daughter Rochelle, Nisha, and Adrian, for your constant support and endorsement of my whatever charity initiatives. Even when my ideas were big, my energy was high, and my calendar was impossible, their support makes everything else possible. I also congratulate my fellow awardees this evening. Each one you prove that impact does not need permission, only commitment. Your work inspires me deeply, and I am honored to share this platform with you. Before I conclude, I want to speak to the young people here. Success is not about how much you accumulate. It is how much you circulate. Wealth, knowledge, influence, all of it grows only when shared. If life has been kind to you, be kind back, visibly, responsibly, and consistently. I accept this award with pride, with gratitude, and with a renewed sense of responsibility. Thank you, Roshni. Thank you for this honor, and I thank you all for listening. May God bless us always. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for those words straight from the heart. I'm sure that many of our youngsters here have had a transformational experience. You have transformed them for their life, I'm sure. Thank you also for showing that family is one of the miracles of nature. Thank you very much. May I now request all of you to take your seats amidst the audience and the volunteers to remove the chair from the stage. Moving on, we have the next award, Community Catalyst Award. And when it comes to the community, for its sustenance, we need water. Water is the elixir of life. That is why, as the introduction to this Community Catalyst Award, we have a dance on the importance, the essence of water.
Not only from birth to death I need you. Even after death, I need you to submerge my ashes. Oh rivers, you must flow. Oh Nadi, ha Nadi, oh Nadi, Nadiya. 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 Oh Nadi, ha Nadi, oh Nadi, Nadiya.
सूख रहा है जल बिन जलना है कल, सूख रहा है जल बिन जलना है कल। खोल ले जग ले अब, जल है जीवन जल है रब। आंखें खोल ले जग ले अब, जल है जीवन जल है रब। आंखें खोल ले जग ले अब, जल है जीवन जल है रब।
कैसे तेरा कर्ज चुकाएंगे, नदियाँ मिलके तुझको बचाएंगे। हो नदी हाँ नदी, हो नदी नदिया, हो नदी हाँ नदी, हो नदी नदिया, हो नदी हाँ नदी, हो नदी नदिया, हो नदी हाँ नदी, हो नदी नदिया। कुदरत की सौगात जिस दिन तू गवाएगा,
सांस भी ना आएगी ना वायु पाएगा,
ना वायु पाएगा, ना वायु
पाएगा। कैसे तेरा कर्ज चुकाएंगे, नदियाँ मिलके तुझको बचाएंगे। हो नदी हाँ नदी, हो नदी नदिया, 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 हो नदी हाँ नदी, हो नदी नदिया।
The happy babbling brook is exactly the mood when I introduce the judge for the next award, the Community Catalyst Award. Dr. Rita Norona is the Honorary Director of Center for Development Studies and Education and has been a pioneering force in gender studies, community development, and human rights advocacy. She serves on the governing body and general body of the Karnataka Regional Organization for Social Service, the governing body of the HD Forum Bengaluru, and is also a member of NASVI, NASVI New Delhi, and the Town Vending Committee of the Mangaluru City Corporation. Her research spans social work education, sustainable development, gender equity, and community economics, leading to numerous publications and field-based studies. She has collaborated extensively with the government of Karnataka on significant developmental initiatives. Her contributions include participation in the training of officials for the Karnataka Human Development Report 2015 at ATI Mysuru, authoring the chapter on gender and human development for the same report, and serving on the State Committee for developing indicators for gender equality under Sustainable Development Goals 5. Her work reflects intellectual depth, grassroots engagement, and a lifelong dedication to inclusive social progress. And it goes without saying, we are extremely proud that she was one of the faculty in the School of Social Work, Roshni NILAYA, and has had many, many students graduate from under her mentorship and leadership.
Ladies and gentlemen, the award goes to Dr. N. Joshua Jayasheelan. Well, it is said that your life is your message to the world. Make sure it's inspiring. And Dr. N. Joshua Jayasheelan has proved just the same. It's my joy to introduce him to all of you. Dr. N. Joshua Jayasheelan is a seasoned social work academician with over 14 years of teaching, research, community engagement, and international collaboration. Currently, an assistant professor in the social work department at Madras Christian College, he also serves as warden of Bishop Haiba Hall and convener of the MCC community colleges. His expertise spans peace education, congregational social work, youth development, resettlement issues, and project-based interventions, making him a highly versatile practitioner scholar. He has held influential roles internationally, including visiting professor in South Korea, fieldwork supervisor in Denmark, and member of Geneva's Ecumenical Advocacy Alliance Strategy Group. His project leadership includes major initiatives on environmental education, skill development for disadvantaged youth, social audits, impact assessments, and child and adolescent-friendly community interventions. His work often combines grassroots engagement with academic rigor. His research contributions include publications in UGC Care and Web of Science journals on displacement, slum settlement, circular economy, and social work practice, with his latest publication addressing sustainability and green futures. Dr. Jayaseelan has also represented India at major global conferences, from peace summits to international study tours, and has earned notable awards such as the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Award 2025 and the Most Inspiring Young Teacher Award 2017. His work reflects a blend of scholarship, service, and international outreach. Dr. Joshua Jayaseelan, you have shown to the world that it is not important how happy you are, but it is important how other people are happy with you being around them. May I now request Anand and Brian to escort all our dignitaries, our chief guest, and our jury, and our award winner to the dais. My apologies to our chief guest and Professor Vida Siqueira that we have made you come up and go down umpteen number of times, and we will be doing it again, and I hope it's not too much of a strain on you. May I now request the volunteers to have the honoring ceremony of Dr. Joshua Jayaseelan. Thank you. Even as I asked Dr. Jayaseelan for his response, I once again ask our dignitaries whether it is all right for all of you to remain on the dais when Dr. Jayaseelan makes his acceptance speech. Over to you, sir.
Respected Principal, the President of Alumni Association, the jury members, the faculty members of Roshni NILAYA, my fellow awardees, people who are on the dais and off the dais, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great privilege for me to be here and to receive this Community Catalyst Award. I feel very honored and accept this award with much humility and gratitude. 2022, if my memory is right, I visited the same institution with 65 of my students for a study tour, and I do not know that I will receive an award like this in this function. So it's a great honor once again for me to receive this award. My journey in social work did not begin in classrooms or conferences. It began in the place where I was born, in a slum in Chennai. The slum community where I was born is the place I was raised. Since my parents gave me the best education they can give it to me, I am standing here. Otherwise, I would have been yet another person from the same community, living in the same place. That lived reality helped me to understand what is poverty, what is resilience, what is faith, what is dignity. Education, faith, and community action became the three pillars of my transformed life, and later that's my life's mission. When I start my class, I always say I have 3 P's within me. Basically, I'm a pastor, then I'm a professor, and also I'm a professional social worker. I still work with the same community where I was born as a pastor. From 2008, I was working there with my community members. And during my course of study, we learned a concept called appreciative inquiry. Instead of seeing people as a problem, see them as a person with potentials. From the same community, we were able to raise funds for their educational support. As my fellow awardee said, supporting students, educational support is something great we can do in their life. We to give loans to them, interest-free loans, so that they'll be able to study. And today I'm so proud to say that the second generation from our community have all studied, and we are so proud to say that we have graduates, postgraduates, professionals, doctors, advocates from the same community where I was born. I became a teacher in the year 2012. I always think my mother is the base for this teaching profession. I didn't like to go for teaching. I don't know whether it has accidentally happened or it is the divine will of God. From 2012, I started to teach, and from 2013, I'm teaching in Madras Christian College. During the time of COVID, during the time of crisis, we were able to build networks for the church where I was pastoring, and we were able to do great support for them when they are in need. So I always say it is not a collective, it is not an individual effort, it is a collective effort, and I really remember and thank the congregation members of the church. I believe teaching should always go with practice. So what I practice there in that community, that becomes a live examples for my teaching in the college. Very prominent initiatives we have taken from our department, especially where my role has been recognized as, for the first time, we have taken the undergraduate students for an international study tour last year to Sri Lanka. And most of the students are coming from a very deserving community. And we have made it because the students have greatly supported us. And this time, through the college, we have taken the students from postgraduate students to Kuala Lumpur as part of the study tour exposure. So my career as a professor in MCC has really enabled me to learn and to practice what I teach, what I practice in church to my students. So at this juncture, I'm really honored and thank all the jury members for giving me this privilege of receiving this award, Community Catalyst Award. And as I mentioned, it is not an individual effort, it is a collective effort. I thank my parents, I thank my church, I thank my college management, the principal, my colleagues, especially my wife and my 2 daughters. And at this moment, once again, I thank Roshni NILAYA for honoring me with such award, the Community Catalyst Award. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jayasheelan.
It was quite heartwarming to see that you have applied what you learned in your childhood and in your church, and then you're continuing to use it in your professional life. As a token of our appreciation, we now hand over our memento to Dr. Rita Norona. Thank you, ma'am, for being part of the jury and always being around as a voice of inspiration, as a voice of wisdom for us. We request the dignitaries and the awardee to please go back to their seats in the audience. They have all had their share of exercise for the day, that's for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I were to ask you, where is your mind? You would tell me that, I know that my mind exists, but I can't see my mind. Likewise, if I ask you, where is the wind? You would say, we can't see the wind, but we know that the wind exists. The next award comes under the category of mind matters, and the analogy that we draw is between the mind and the air. So we move over to the third element of the evening, air, for all of you.
हर एक जीवन के श्वास में मैं ही तो हूँ। आप मुझे देख नहीं सकते, मैं अदृश्य हूँ, पर आप मुझे महसूस जरूर कर सकते हैं। तेज धूप से जब धरती जलती है, परिश्रम पसीना बनकर निकलती है। जीवन का सबसे सुखद आनंद होता है जब धीरे धीरे मेरा यानी वायु का आगमन होता है।
Thank you very much. We had an eminent judge for this category, although he is not here with us this evening. I would like to briefly introduce him to the audience so that we know how eminent our judges were. Dr. N. Janardhan, professor at NIMHANS, Bangalore, is a distinguished academic practitioner and advocate for vulnerable communities.
with more than 230 research publications in national and international journals and 12 authored books. He is recognized as one of the leading voices in mental health, social work education, and child protection. UNICEF invited him to contribute to the Postgraduate Curriculum Development Committee, acknowledging his depth of expertise. He serves on the board of the Association of People with Disability and has been nominated by the Government of Karnataka to advise on the development of a model girls' home in Davangere and to participate in consultations on juvenile justice rules under the JJ Act 2015. He is also a member of the Departmental Ethics Committee at NIMHANS. Governments of Andhra Pradesh and Odisha have invited him to train counselors in childcare institutions. He is further entrusted with scrutinizing grant and aid applications and recommending revisions to incorporate disability provisions into the C&R rules. His scholarship has earned him 6 Best Paper Awards at 3 consecutive national conferences, underscoring his academic excellence and social commitment. We remain deeply indebted to him in his absence. Over to Ratna.
And the award for this category goes to Dr. Anish V. Cherian. With pride we introduce him. Dr. Anish V. Cherian is an eminent psychiatric social work professional and researcher, currently an additional professor and head of the N-Sprite Center at NIMHANS. His progressive academic journey is complemented by a prestigious Fagati postdoctoral fellowship at the University of Florida. With a PhD from NIMHANS and advanced qualifications in epidemiology and human rights, he bridges clinical expertise with research excellence. His research portfolio is among the most significant in India's mental health landscape, with 20 major national and international projects, collectively exceeding 150 crores. These include landmark programs such as Tolakari, Welcome Trust, Samastha, Yashas, I Hope, Suraksha and Empower, among others. Dr. Cherian's contribution to global mental health is reflected through involvement with the WHO guideline update, leadership roles in the International Association for Suicide Prevention, and participation in global stigma reduction networks. He is an active clinician offering crisis intervention and suicide prevention services and serves on ethics committees, advisory boards, and academic bodies nationwide. His work represents a rare blend of clinical commitment, global leadership, and high-impact research. We welcome Dr. Anish V. Cherian to the dais along with the dignitaries.
Probably we should have thought of this arrangement earlier. May I now request the award winner to give his response.
That means I can take a bit more time than the usual time. Thank you so much, distinguished Chief Guest, Shanbhag sir. I think you are an inspiration for us all our MSW days and before that, and it's nice to have you here, sir. And Ahmad Khan is also here, and all the awardees, fellow awardees with me, and respected principal of Roshni NILAYA, and president of Roshni All Students Association, and all the fellow members here and the chief guests. And I can see many of my friends and some of the faculties who taught me at Aloysius and for my graduation and post-graduation. Thank you all for joining this evening. I'm really humbled and a bit emotional here today because it's 20 years back when I came to Mangalore with the dream of pursuing my education, but I think it took a different turn altogether. I joined Aloysius for my graduation. I hail from a small remote village called Kermai, that is in Kadaba Taluk. So the social work was part of our life because my dad was part of many of the social movements. Many of you know the deeds, the old deeds and the Valor and Paddy and all this. And he was part of many of the social movements. So, and my mom is a teacher. So we grew up in our village till 10th, and we came to higher educations here. So, but I met a lot of good people all through my life. That was a blessing because, for example, I can always remember an example of my first international conference I presented in Delhi. That was when I was in second year degree, where I didn't even know how to write an abstract, how to present a paper, don't even know a good English. So Dr. Alvin Darza, who is current registrar of St. Aloysius, who and his wife sat with me and who almost helped me to draft the paper. So that's how I think I could meet a lot of nice people, which means it also embedded a lot of commitment and responsibility in me so that I should serve the country or serve my society. So I immediately after my graduation, I joined for MSW at Aloysius, and soon after my master's, I got an opportunity to join NIMHANS. But all through this, even in my master's field work, I could see there is a lot of access to services, very poor access to service, especially for mental health. When I joined NIMHANS, it kind of encouraged me to look at a bit more closely because there are a lot of poor people reach NIMHANS. But when I looked at the national mental health surveys or the data, 80% of the people remain in society. They won't take any treatment. That means like my responsibility was to work with the community. That's why I started with the community journey. But after my PhD, my postdoc was in US. Then soon after I joined there, I realized I think this is not the place for me. I should come back to do my work in India. And immediately my postdoc, I came and joined KSECDE. Kshema, which transformed a lot of my perception about community journey. We started a small clinic in Vitla that still exists in primary health center. I'm very happy to see that we started integrating primary health, mental health in primary health centers. So that proved us, we realized at least 30 to 40% of the people who come to primary health center are not for any other physical illness. They all come for mental health issues. They come with aches and pains, but mostly they want mental health service. I think Agnita is sitting here. We both used to drive from here to Vitla every Thursday to see a lot of cases. Now I think we get around 30 to 40 cases every week. So that actually again I thought like maybe I think the community has more and more issues. They don't know where to go. That's where when I joined back NIMHANS, my work towards everything we turned into suicide prevention. And if you look at, I'm fortunate to get into a lot of nice people like my mentor, Dr. Y.C. Janardhan Reddy, or whoever I worked with. I think there are a lot of people I think a long list, but I don't take much time. But over the last couple of years, we started closely work with the government of Karnataka, where we got a seed grant to start hospital-based surveillance system, where we started looking at people who are actually attempting suicide and they don't receive any mental health treatment. Over the last 3 years, we have 25,000 plus people coming to hospitals, and we could actually provide treatment, and we could actually reduce reattempt to drastically less than 1%, which became a model for the government. And government, I think we recently presented the government for the entire state expansion, which if comes through, I think I think if you look at our data, I think every month we get around 2,500 new cases coming into. That means like lot of people are suffering outside. I close my words saying, world need us, our support. I think I want to tell you, we are not doing any magical solutions there, but we keep talking to them. That means like all of us sitting here, it's our responsibility to ask. If somebody is not okay, it's okay to ask. Please ask, how are you? I think these are the words which we are actually slowly forgetting from our dictionary. I think we used to have a lot of conversation earlier, but I think we are very busy now. But it's okay to ask, how are you? And it changes everything. So that's where we started, and we are continuing that. I know this award is very huge for me, and also I accept this with humility and renewed commitment towards suicide prevention work at the country and at the state, initially the state, but I think we are actually expanding to the many states across. But we could actually see that this award goes to entire team. We have around 100 plus researchers working in my center. I will dedicate this award to them and my mother. Thank you so much.
We won't ask you, sir, how are you? But we will definitely tell you that we are fine because you are with us. Thank you very much for being with us, and you have shown to our youngsters that incremental growth will surely and steadily take them towards their success. Thank you for your message. May I now request all of you to take your seats amidst the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on, we have the next award, Justice Trailblazer Award. The concept of justice is a vast concept. Is it the personal justice? Is it the public justice? Is it the individual justice? Is it the collective justice? The concept of justice can be quite confounding. Likewise, the space that surrounds us is unfathomable and it is confounding. We now offer you a glimpse of the exquisite space that surrounds us.
इस सौरमंडल में अंधेरे का राज्य था। बदलते समय के साथ वातावरण में बदलाव हुआ और इस अंधेरे घने सौरमंडल में एक जोरदार धमाका हुआ।
present to judge this category, we had a person of eminence, Professor L.S. Gandhidas. Professor L.S. Gandhidas is a highly respected academic development practitioner and social work leader with an extensive career in teaching and research and community engagement. He has served as Professor of Social Work at the Bengaluru University and later at the Central University of Jammu, contributing significantly to curriculum development and academic governance. Earlier, he led the Bangalore Urban Poverty Alleviation Program from 1996 to 1999 and pioneered urban community development models that remain influential till today. Since 2017, he has served as Managing Trustee and Director of the Institute for Youth and Development, providing training and developmental support for youth and grassroots groups. He is also the founder president of the Indian Network of Professional Social Workers Association and serves as regional representative on the Education Commission of the International Federation of Social Workers. His work embodies a lifelong commitment to social justice, professional excellence, and community empowerment.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have to look for reliable and quantifiable index of excellence, indicators of excellence this evening, we don't have to look far and wide, because the award winner of Justice Trailblazer Award is a standing example of reliability and quality, quantifiable excellence. My reference is to Miss Flavia Agnes. Flavia Agnes is a pioneering feminist legal scholar, activist and public intellectual whose 4-decade-long work has transformed women's rights in India. As co-founder of Majlis, India's landmark center for legal advocacy, gender justice and interdisciplinary arts, she helped build a robust system through which more than 100,000 survivors of domestic and sexual violence have received legal support, with outreach 3 times as large. Her personal experience of domestic violence shaped her lifelong commitment to justice, culminating in her influential autobiographical essay, My Story, Our Story. Her vast scholarship, including law and gender inequality, women and law, and multi-volume works on family law, forms the backbone of feminist jurisprudence education in India. Her writing spans personal laws, minority rights, sexual violence, secularism, and political identity, and appears in premier academic platforms and national newspapers. Her advocacy led to path-breaking reforms in Christian and Muslim personal laws and established models like Rahat and Mohim for state-level implementation of gender-sensitive legal systems. Flavia Agnes has been honored with dozens of national and international awards, including the Dr. Asghar Ali Engineer Lifetime Achievement Award in 2024, Anjani Mashalkar Inspiration Award in 2019, and multiple national awards for documentary films she produced. She has taught at India's top law schools as well as international institutions and contributed significantly to judicial education, policy reform, and UN initiatives. Flavia undoubtedly remains one of India's most influential voices on gender, law, and justice. I must say that about Rosa Parks we say, she sat so that we could stand. About Flavia Agnes, we can certainly say she fought so that the rest of women could live their lives meaningfully. May I now request our dignitaries to be escorted by Anand, Brian and Professor Vida. Our award winner, Flavia Agnes, to be escorted to the stage.
I request Ms. Flavia to respond to her winning the award.
Good evening, everyone. Season's greetings to you all. And thank you very much to Roshni NILAYA, to the principal, to the jury, to the alumni, to everyone concerned with this award for choosing me. I feel very humbled because I'm aware there are many more people, activists, who might be more deserving than me for this award. So accept it most humbly, with great deal of humiliation, this honor. This honor is very special for me because I am from Mangalore. I grew up here, I studied here, and whatever I am and however I've been shaped and molded, my principles, my convictions, my determination, all stems from the sterling education I received from St. Agnes High School, and for that I'm very, very grateful. I thank all my relatives and friends, my daughter, my sister, my cousins, all of them who are here, who have come to greet me, and I'm very appreciative of their efforts for being here with me and for encouraging me in my work. I thank my family, I thank my children for being with me, for being my strongest support in my darkest hour. My children had faith in me when no one else did. And I made choices which were very difficult on them because they were very young and had to go through a lot of hardships. But I was determined and I was convinced that I am doing this in order not only just for my dignity, but also to create a role model for them to emulate as they grow up. When I started, I never expected that I'll go thus far. It was just, for me, it was enough that I lived for that day. Earlier we talked about suicide and suicide support and all. A lot of women who are experiencing violence in their marriage go through this. And few of them succumb. Many of them continue to lead the degrading life. And it takes a lot of courage to come out in the open. And this is my book, My Story, Our Story of Rebuilding Broken Lives, published way back as an informal publication way back in 1984, which tells the story of a middle-class woman who is not harassed by her mother-in-law, who is not harassed for dowry, which were the common misconceptions, but it's just the routine, regular indignity and the violence that women go through. I'm sure there are many in this audience who have either experienced or know somebody close to them who have gone through this experience. But most of us do not talk about it, do not share, and we suffer in silence. Even as a Catholic woman, even taking support from the church at the time, I did not get any support. It's because we believe in the sanctity of marriage. Never mind what the oppression or the injustice that is meted out to you. To break that notion, it required a lot of courage and a lot of faith in yourself and in your God. And I thank God for being with me to this struggle, throughout this struggle. And it is this experience of finding a good lawyer to fight for your rights, who is affordable, which is a rarity, and because of which, though you have rights in law, rights given to you under various acts, but you are not able to implement it because you don't have a lawyer to stand with you. And it is this notion, it is this faith that led me to create Majlis, to have a group of lawyers, women lawyers, all of us, who are committed and dedicated and who are not there for the money you can make out of the profession, but with a spirit of social service and community benefit and to fight against violence against women. Today we have two issues, main issues that we deal with. One is domestic violence and one is sexual violence. We all know what is domestic violence is, but I want to speak a little bit more about sexual violence. Once in a while we hear about a case like Nirbhaya and all of us get shocked and stunned, and we have candlelight marches, we have protest marches, etc. But you know, the number of cases of young girls being abused in their homes, in their neighborhoods, by their boyfriends, in their schools, by their mentors, by their teachers, is unbelievable. So we have a program with the state, with the police, that when a case comes to light, it comes to us to provide support for the survivor. Now that's a huge step. I just want to tell you, and many of them are family violence. Many of them are sexual violence by their own fathers. And the girl is about 10 or 12 or 14 from poverty-stricken background. And you know what it is to face trial in a court. I don't know how many of us have seen a court, let alone facing a cross-examination in court. And here you are talking about sexual violence, you have to give evidence, and you have to give evidence to, about somebody you know, you respect, who might be your mentor, your father, and there's nobody else to support you. And it's all male milieu inside the court. Most of the time the judge is male, prosecutor, defense lawyer, all of them are male. And she is the lone girl there giving witness. How can you expect justice here? How can you expect her to withstand that cross-examination when there is nobody there to support her? The case may come up after 2 or 3 years. She's by then forgotten what was written in the FIR. There's nobody to refresh her memory. And it is this work that we do. to, when the case is coming up for trial, to find out when her date is, meet her, explain to her what to expect in the court, and also train her to give evidence. And because of which, I'm very proud to say that the conviction rate of the cases that we handle has increased tremendously. We're very proud of that we've been able to transform this. And each case requires 2 or 3 years of very dedicated follow-up. So we have something called the socio-legal follow-up of the case. So legal is one aspect, but also the girl or the woman needs a lot of social support. The girl might have to change her school because she cannot go back to the same school. There's so much stigma. She might have to change her house, move to another area where nobody knows her. She might have to find a new job because she cannot work in the place she worked before. She has to earn a livelihood. She has to, so many social problems she has to face along with the legal battle, and which are totally invisible, not known at all. So this is the work we do, and this is the work we are committed. We don't do any other work. We do just concentrate on this kind of work. And that has stemmed from my own experience, that how difficult it is to fight these legal battles. I've gone through this and I've lost cases, which gave me the groundwork, grounding to create Majlis, to have this structure. And along with the groundwork, I also believed that one has to write about it, have columns in newspapers, interviews on television, publish books for law students, for law graduates, law universities, so that this message goes beyond that individual case that we follow and have a broader framework which will lead to social change. So it's not just on the ground level we do the work, but we also write about it, we publish it into books or newspapers in a very lucid way, in a way some lay people can understand. Because we always have this blanket parda before us that legal is something only lawyers can understand, we don't understand. Only a lawyer can explain this. No, it's not. For instance, our constitution, our laws are meant for people, and all of us have to understand it. Otherwise, what is the point of our rights? So this is the work we do, and I'm very glad that it is continuing. We started in 1991, and now it's more than 35 years since we are doing it. And I'm very happy my daughter who's present here, who's currently managing these affairs. And I am hopeful that it will continue after me. And there'll be many young women join us as junior lawyers, trainee lawyers. And I admire their commitment. They've not gone through an experience like me, but they have faith and they are committed to do non-commercial lawyering. And we hope more institutions like this come up, because there's a great need for it. We have created a model, and I hope it will be duplicated in other major towns and cities and smaller towns and even in rural areas, to get justice for the survivors of domestic and sexual violence. Before I end, I just want to say, what you have honored is not me. You've honored the work I do. You've honored the organization. And you've honored each of the victims who is a survivor and is fighting for justice. And I accept this award on behalf of all of them, because without their struggle, I wouldn't be here. So with great humility, they are not here, they are not before you, but I represent them. And I accept this with the greatest of humility, and remembering each of them, each of the cases that we've handled. There are like about 100,000 cases in terms of litigation, legal advocacy, etc. And I take this award on behalf of all of them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Truly, you're a woman of substance, because through your struggles, you have not just sat back, you have decided to raise hope for 1 million other women. Thank you very much. On special request, We had Professor Gandhidas who wanted to speak a few words, so I request him now to take the stage.
Thank you very much for this opportunity, and congratulations to the Mangalore alumni. Before accepting hesitantly to be a jury, and then I went through number of works of what impact these awards have. I'm not speaking about anything about my things. What impact these awards did for the people who received it. There's a beautiful article written by 5 IIT professors from 5 different IITs, and it's a published work, and it said all the behavioral changes goes off within a month. After that they come to normalcy after getting any award. The second important thing is they classified the people who received the award into 3 categories. There's a personal centric, content centric, community centric. What is personal centric? Their work is more rewarding to everybody. Novelists fit into that category. Artists fit into that category. The second category is the content. The substance of their work was the most impressive. If you look at P. Sainath's work on Everybody Loves Drought book, is the substance about rural poverty, and that brought a lot of awards to him. The third one is the community centric, where number of people served and achieved. These are the 3 major impacts these awards are made. Now why I asked permission to speak is, their works are so voluminous. Can you publish Roshni? This is the Impact Social Work Series number 1. That requires a lot of editing, lot of things, because the people who nominated them did more work than the awardees, because they worked so hard to collect so much material. Therefore, put some people and bring it as a publication of the alumni and Roshni, award 1 series. Nobody, if you write an article, it will disappear. Please publish it as a small book, even about 50 page. I think your convener can be publishing this, and nobody will buy it. Please take it from me. Please, we buy as alumni and donate it to politicians, donate to professionals, reach all government offices. The social work will shine through the work of the people. If you don't do that, award will confine to Mangalore. Please look at my request. My last point, the hospitality of the organizers definitely will stay with me till I reach my home. The second, I request the organizers to circulate this video to me. It will reach far and wide. I will ensure it reaches all parts. Today, the association we created linked from Kashmir to Kanyakumari now, all our social workers. You should know that social work was laughed at when I went to Jammu Kashmir. They fought a civil case in the High Court. They have won a place for social workers in the job opportunities in a short time. Therefore, we are moving vibrantly, slowly. Therefore, my second offer about your impact. First impact, please give this to me. I will circulate it far and wide in the social work fraternity. My second request, be ready to speak 2-3 of you to address all other social work associations in India through webinar or if possible personal, and I'll create a platform for you. What motivated you to honor our practitioners at this time? Let that motivation bring social work the dignity of the work. Today, We are recognized for everything, but dignity is missing in the public domain. These publications would bring not only a dignity, a honor back to social work. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. It was purely our privilege to listen to you. The chair. Keep the chair. Oh, there is a chair, is it? Okay. Sir, thank you for your valid suggestions as well. I think if it had been another occasion, we could have listened to you for a longer period of duration and benefited from your vast knowledge and experience. It was really heartening and enriching to listen to you, sir. Thank you very much. May I now request Flavia's daughter to come and join her on the days. We did not know, ma'am, that your daughter has accompanied you. What a pleasure it is to know that your daughter is amidst us. May I request you to come to the stage so that we can have a picture of you with your illustrious mother. Flavia's sister is also here. Professor Vida is telling us. Yes, the more the merrier. May I request even Flavia's sister to come to the stage for a picture? Thank you. Thank you very much for being with us. I'm sure that you are a very proud daughter this evening. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. May I now request all of you to take your seats amidst the audience. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Friedman once asked, early in the morning when you get up and look into the mirror, what is it that you see? I put the same question to all of you. Early in the morning when you get up and look into the mirror, what is it that you see? Of course, my question is a rhetorical question, and I proceed to give you the answer that Thomas Friedman gave us. He said, early in the morning when we get up and look into the mirror, what we get to see in the mirror is the face of an endangered species. It is the face of an endangered species because we have taken our Mother Earth for granted. As we move over to the next award, which talks about the importance of preserving Mother Earth, we bring to you the splendor of Mother Earth, the fifth element and the final element of the evening.
All five senses of taste, sound, touch, smell, and sight thus exerts maximum. Earth is the only element linked to all five senses of taste, sound, touch, smell, and sight thus exerts maximum influence on us.
यच्चलभ्यं या
To judge this Promising Earth Award, we had a promising fountainhead of knowledge as our judge, and my reference is to Professor P.K. Shahjahan, Professor of Social Work and former Dean of Academic Affairs at the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. Shahjahan is an internationally recognized scholar in people-centered social innovation. His research and teaching span social enterprises, school education, accountability systems, and global social work, making him a leading voice in redefining the discipline for contemporary needs. He has published widely, including Scopus indexed articles, and co-edited the influential volume Remaking Social Work for the New Global Era in Springer in 2022. He also serves as series editor for Springer Fields in Advancing Social Work Research, Policy and Practice, Shaping Global Academic Discourse. As an academic leader, he has been invited as visiting faculty to several prestigious universities across the United States and Europe. He is a founder member and co-president of the Critical Edge Alliance, vice president and ICB member of the International Council on Social Welfare, and a board member of the International Association of Schools of Social Work. His work reflects a rare combination of scholarship, global engagement, and commitment to transformative social change. Great minds have purpose, others wishes, said Washington Irving. We must say that in the great mind of Professor P.K. Shahjahan, we see a purposeful mind.
And the well-deserved award goes to Jeet Milan Roach, a very, very popular figure in Mangalore. Don't be fooled by the small build. The work he does is tremendous. Jeet Milan Roach is a prominent environmentalist, social entrepreneur, and forest friend from Mangalore, whose large-scale afforestation and conservation initiatives have transformed the coastal belt of Karnataka. What began in 2004 with the planting of 25 saplings during a difficult phase in his life has grown into a lifelong mission and passion, resulting in more than 2 lakh trees planted across the region. With consistent collaboration from the Karnataka Forest Department, he has executed massive plantation drives along highways, cemeteries, schools, mangrove ecosystems, and urban zones. He has also developed over 15 Miyawaki forests in Mangalore. Jeet founded the Vana Charitable Trust in 2022 to institutionalize large-scale environmental work. He is widely recognized for pioneering tree shifting in Mangalore, relocating over 70 mature trees with an 80% success rate. His work extends to river cleanups, waste management innovation through his company Give Green Solutions, installation of large composting units, and baseline waste management studies across Gram Panchayats. Jeet has received multiple state and national honors, including the Aranya Mitra Award, Pollution Control Board Environmentalist Award, and several institutional recognitions. His work represents an inspiring model of grassroots environment activism, scaling into a city-wide ecological movement. He is also a good friend, and I know him personally, and I'm forever looking for advice on waste management and gardening solutions. Very, very happy that you've got this award, Jeet. I request our dignitaries to come to the dais with our awardee and the judge.
Ratna very happily and proudly said that she knew you. I don't know you, but I wish I knew you. And may I now request you to give your response?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Yes, thank you. Well, I've been working with Roshni and NILAYA for a very long time. It's not new for me. Whenever I wanted volunteers, my first contact was Vinita Madam. For any cleanup drives, emergency black spot removal, or might be planting, she never said no to me. Well, there are two more very important people in the crowd here, Ronald sir and Ganraj. Thank you very much. You were there with me with Vana Charitable Trust from the beginning. Thank you very much. Unconditional support from day one. You also helped through Biocon Foundation to plant 40,000 mangrove saplings this year. Thank you, sir. Looking forward for more support. Well, एक पेड़ माँ के नाम. A very good initiative from our Honorable Prime Minister. But the scientists have to say something else. They say, एक पेड़ is not enough. 100 पेड़ माँ के नाम is still not enough. They say in India, every individual should plant 165 trees to come to a normal position. Not better, but a normal position. Well, we are talking about the AQI, Air Quality Index in Delhi, in Mumbai, where it's crossing 400, 450, sometimes reaching up to 1000. As we are discussing the AQI of other cities, have you noticed the AQI of Mangalore? It's becoming worst. We were at 50 6 years back, or 5 years back, I'm sorry. We have the data for only 5 years. It was 50 then. Today, at present, as I'm talking, 0 to 50 is good. So it was good. So last year it became bad, and today it is worst. We have crossed 149. Yes. So we are discussing about all other cities, but we don't know what is happening. 3 very basic things in life: good air, good water, good food, and that's now becoming luxury. So a few things I want to talk about is about Pope Francis. He said the 10 commandments of climate change. So I'm going to quickly read this to you all. Think of the future generation, what kind of world we want to live to those who come after us. Embrace alternative energy source. Avoid pollution fossil fuels, especially coal and oil. Consider pollution that affects the poor. Take public transport. Be humble. The earth was here before us and is being given to us. Don't become a slave to your phone. Don't trade online. Turn off the lights. Not now. Yeah. Turn off the lights, recycle, reduce, repair, and especially don't waste food. The 9th one, educate yourself. The last, believe you can make a difference. So well, before I end, I'm glad Ravindranath sir is with us, with me especially. He's been a mentor, my guide for a very long time. Thank you so much, sir. We have one life to live and so much to give. We are robbing the future of our children by destroying the forest. With just 3% pristine forest left for them. And still, that is open to be raped. We are stealing the future of our children. So my humble request to Mr. Michael D'Souza, please invest in nature. Be the voice of the voiceless. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jeet. As a token of our appreciation, we would like to offer the Judge, Mr. P.K. Shahajan. I now request Jeet and Mr. P.K. Shahajan to take their seats in the audience, and I request the others to please remain on the dais. We feel you have exercised enough. A souvenir is not just something we take home. It is something we carry forward. The release of the souvenir marks our intention to preserve memories, acknowledge contributions, and inspire continued action. May this souvenir we are about to release serve as both a keepsake and a reminder of why we do what we do. I also request our distinguished alumni, Mr. Bhim Rao and Mr. Dharma Prasad Rai, to please come to the dais, and Mr. Ronald Sequeira to bring the souvenirs to the stage for releasing.
We thank our alumni, Shri Bhima Rao and Mr. Dharma Prasad Rai, the President of Bangalore chapter, and I remember all the cooperation that you gave us last year when we had the global alumni meet. We remain truly indebted to you. And they say that publication is the male equivalent of a childbirth. So only those of us who have worked towards the publication of this souvenir know how hard the work was. We have the editor on stage, and there are multiple other people who have contributed their might in bringing out this souvenir. There might still be mistakes. Please remember the words, to err is human and to forgive is divine. We request all of you to show that divinity if you find any mistake in the souvenir. Thank you very much for releasing the souvenir. And I now request our alumni Bhima Rao and Dharma Prasad Rai to take their seats amidst the audience.
Roshni alumni started in 2000.
You can say that on the mic.
Yes, I take honorable merit. Just to inform all the audience here and all the dignitaries, Roshni Alumni Association was started in 2000 year. It is 25 years old now. Then later on, Roshni Alumni Association Bangalore chapter was started. We are very, very happy. We as the founders, who Gopinath, myself and Ravichandra, we started. Roshni Alumni Association in Bangalore. We are very happy to Roshni Alumni Association Bangalore chapter has done a unique work. The idea itself, it should be a big applause and appreciation to Anand De Silva and Brian Fernandez and all other people who are involved in this, and hope this will continue in future also. I wish all of them a good, very happy New Year also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for that glimpse into the history of Alumni Association. When we look at our distinguished chief guest, Mr. Ravindranath Shanbag, the words that come to my mind are, we must always remember, as he has shown through his life, that integrity is more important than income, honor is more important than fame, and it is self-worth that is more important than net worth. Dear sir, we are in awe of you, and your presence has truly added a lot of meaning to this evening's program. May I now request you to address the gathering.
Good evening to all of you. Those who have accepted the awards, you have inspired all of us. Accepting the award inspires. But do you know, rejecting the award also inspires? You'll not believe me. I have been attached to Roshni and NILAYA. I think my first meeting was here in 1982. For the last 5 decades, I have been with this Roshni and NILAYA. And hundreds of thousands of students even still remember me when I went to US on the invitation of Martin Luther King's thing. Several people, they met me, and in fact, I had forgotten, but they had remembered me. I'll tell you why I say rejecting the award inspires. 2017, Karnataka government offered me Rajyosava award. I'm not against the award. I'm not belong to award Vapsi gang also. But even awards can be used as a strategy to win your war. Senior Citizens Act came in 2007. Till 2013, even myself did not know that there was an act. When a lady came to me that my children have thrown me out, I said, Madam, it's a civil case. Then you have put a board, Human Rights Foundation. What the hell? You can't protect me? I said, don't curse me, give me 24 hours. I simply Googled protection of senior citizens in India. An act came, that is Senior Citizen Protection Act 2007. Now, okay, that was the first case I received. When I saved this lady and got her property back, I gave a press conference. Believe me, within 15 days I received 360 cases, complaints from the parents. Within 1 year, from all over India, because of my website probably, now totally up to this date, it has crossed 1,200 cases. I request you to not clap because it is hurting. And when 2017 they announced the award, I could see that from 2013 up to 2017, repeatedly I requested government of Karnataka appoint judges, district judges. Except Udupi, not even one tribunal president was appointed. No conciliation officer. Nobody to implement the award. Now, how can you give me an award? without receiving, getting justice, more than 30 senior citizens already died. When journalists asked me why you rejected the award, I said, if I accept the award, if I go there and they will say, Namma hesri helikondu nee award tekondiya mara anತಾರೆ, what to do say? More than 8,600 children, victims of endosulfan, Udupi, Mangalore and North Kerala district, suffering, bedridden. Karnataka government was not interested. I went to Supreme Court of India and banned it. Went to Karnataka High Court to get their compensation. For 5 years they didn't even give compensation. Geriatric ward in the government hospital, it was declared but never implemented. And I give all the reasons. When I rejected, that inspired government of Karnataka, you believe? Within 24 hours, tribunal presidents were appointed. Was it not a victory for me? Within 6 months, 8,600 children started getting 4,000 rupees per month. Was it not a victory? This is only for rejecting the award. Further, about 3,000 Anganwadi teachers in Chikmagalur district and others, they were cheated by Life Insurance Corporation of India, and all the culprits were roaming around. When I rejected the award, within 24 hours they were arrested. This is my award. So what I'm trying to say, that when you stand against these, atrocities, definitely you will be rewarded. And I have received more than 40,000 such awards. When I give them justice, if you visit this thing, and especially Roshni NILAYA, St. Agnes College and St. Aloysius College students, Rita is here, she knows well. A child was human trafficked from Bihar to Mangalore. She was sold for 5,000 rupees. Can you believe this? And we took them to court of law here. After inquiry, magistrate asked them to go back, send it back to the parents. We again objected. No, again that person will sell. And the child told us, 11 years old child was sold for 5,000 rupees. She told, sir, along with me 13 other girls have come to Mangalore. And Roshni NILAYA volunteers and students, they are as volunteers, they searched each and every one of them, and we said, we convinced the employer, let us call his employer, you get the work done, no problem, send them to school also. And all these girls, till they got graduated, we have been observing him. And they graduated and left this. And some are even staying here. Then by Bihar, they got married and staying here also. See, these are all the awards for us. That's what I'm telling you. I think, I don't know how many, at least on average 3 to 4 workshops and seminars I have conducted here. And really young students, now I don't know, they are young still anyway. From 1982 onwards, I'm connected with this. I'm really grateful for this opportunity given to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. And as a token of our appreciation and deep gratitude for having been ready to come here as a chief guest, we would like to present you with a memento. And we are hoping that you won't reject it.
request all the
As the alumni of this college, all of us fondly remember the college, yes. We would come here, spend our days, get an education. But there was also that beautiful house on the side which housed the community of the Daughters of the Heart of Mary. And that community always stood by any decision that the college made. They were always very warm, very encouraging, and very loving towards the entire student body. Today we have Ms. Vida Sequeira, the President of the Institute of Social Service, Mangalore, since 2020, to speak to us. Her vision and unstinting support to the college and extension centers are commendable. With her past experience in the field of education, she has ably steered the governing body of the college while being aware of the present challenges. She is highly committed and concerned about the well-being of the community staff and students. I call upon her to address the gathering.
A very warm good evening, though it's quite late, to each and every one of you. I do not know what to say after such an eventful evening, right from 4:30 onwards. We've been listening to people just like us. They began with small beginnings, but have grown in great leaps and bounds to greater heights. Truly, our awardees, each and every one of them, have really not only done great work in their own field of area of work, but they have inspired us. They have enkindled in us some spark, a spark of zeal, enthusiasm, a vision that we can also, in our own small way, in our own small world, can do something for people, for humankind, with whom we work with, whom we live with, whom we interact with, whom we come across in hospitals or social welfare centers, or on the road even, or in shops, in markets, something that we can also do for them. I'd like to thank also for these awardees who shared very briefly, in a little nutshell, great chapters of their own life that have inspired us. We can also add our own more beautiful chapters to our own life that way. In our own life, in our own personal life, we took and add some very beautiful chapters with memories from these great awardees who are here with us. I also wish to thank Mr. Anand De Silva, his working team, his extended team, who have really worked weeks and weeks to bring this event to fruition. I'm very grateful for what you've done, not only for yourselves as an association, but for us as an institute. Thank you very much, Mr. Anand De Silva, and all your other great friends like Brian and others. I can't remember their names, but I know their faces. So thank you all over here. Thank you very much for helping us make some mark in society, not to get honor, but at least to be, at least as a reminder that our call is to do some service to one and all that come in here and to ones around us in the community. I wish to thank all our distinguished other guests, our neighbors, our students, our faculty who've taken time off to be here with us, either offline or online, and shared with us our joy, shared with us the joy of our own awardees who have shared with us their life, their memories, their stories with us. And with small little beginnings, they've grown and nurtured great dreams in their life. A great opening for us also. And everybody else who have been a great support in getting this whole place revamped, so to say, with lights and cleaning up and painting and whatever, to help us be comfortable, for you to be comfortable as our guests, honored guests on this campus. I also wish to thank others who have contributed behind the scenes, our students and our faculty who may not have been here very prominent in the limelight, but who have done their share of work, done their share of joy to be with us and to share in our duties to make it a very happy event for this evening. I'd like to leave off my own little parting word of saying a great big thank you with much gratitude, to wish you well for Christmas and for the coming year of 2026, not only from my side, but also from the community, from my entire community, from the governing body of the college also, to send off messages to you of prayer and love and peace and joy, for this is what Christmas is. We'd like to share it with you not only in our words, but also in our small deeds that we can share with you so that your life may be a much more happier one. I thank also all the awardees who very much stressed that we need to live a life of dignity not only for ourselves, so selfishly, but to help many hundreds of others who would pass by in our life, who would pass by in our works, to give them also a life of dignity, to share with them what we have been blessed with, not only for our own gain, but to help others also gain to live a much more happier life in their own way. So as they also endorsed it, we would like to endorse it in our own lives. So God be with you and God bless you in all your works, really very tremendous, emulating works, inspiring works, to really kicked off and enkindled in us a spark that we can do something also in society for the community. I wish each one of you and your families a very happy Christmas day, a happy Christmas season, and all the very best of God's blessings on you and your family and on your work, on your organizations for 2026. Thank you for being with us and sharing with us, and especially for the Roshni Alumni Association. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Maya Angelou rightly said, people hardly care for what you say, what you do, but they do care for how you make them feel. And the speciality of School of Social Work is that you make all of us feel wanted, and we feel truly belong to this particular institution, be it you on the days, be it Principal, Dr. Sophia ma'am off the stage, and Jacinta ma'am if she's there, and all the other representatives of management. We must thank you very honestly for what you have been for each one of us, be it the alumnus or the present students. Thank you very much. Our President Anand tried very hard to get responses from the sponsors to know whether they would be attending the program, but it was very difficult for him, and it is equally difficult for us to know now whether our sponsors are here with us. But the whole program wouldn't have shaped up if not for our sponsors. So I request you very humbly and very earnestly, if our sponsors are around here, if you could come to the stage, we would like to have a picture with the dignitaries of all our sponsors. If we have our sponsors here amidst us, please come very quickly to the dais so that we can have a picture with all of you. I don't see anyone standing. Even after the... You can come to the mic and you can announce.
Yeah, I think Satish from MRPL. If you're there, please come forward. Anyone from Cardolite here? From Enapayas? From Nitte? Okay.
We have had the names of all our sponsors on the right side of the LED screen, and we remain truly grateful to each one of them for their contribution. Thank you very much. Even if you are not here, if you are watching the live telecast by Daiji, please remember, please know that we are truly, truly grateful for your contributions. I request you, sir, to take your seat amidst the audience. Yes, thank you very much for being with us. They say that if you have to get the finest steel, it should go through the hottest fire. So if a program has to shape up and shape up well, many hands need to work towards the smooth flow of the program. And it is now time to thank all those who have worked hard for, I can use the word, I think, success of the program. I do not know whether the program has been successful, but all our awardees, our jury, our distinguished guests have been with us. That itself is the sign of success. So it's time now to propose the vote of thanks. And to do that, we have a person who is as busy as a bee, but never says that she's busy, and she's Sarvantaryami, omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, Lidith Pinto, popularly known as Lee.
Thank you, Malini. Ladies and gentlemen, as this luminous evening of reflection and recognition tiptoes towards its close, it falls on me to perform that delicate social ritual, the vote of thanks, where one must be sincere, swift, and hope the audience isn't already dreaming of dinner. So let me begin with expressing our deepest gratitude to the management of social work, Roshni NILAYA, an institution that has never stopped practicing what it preaches. The outreach stories that you witnessed were not slides. They were lived realities, shaping communities and consciences. A warm thank you to Professor Vida Sequeira, President of the Institute of Social Service, whose steadfast support strengthens Roshni's mission. And to you, Dr. Sophia Fernandez, Principal, your calm leadership and clarity gave this event its backbone and balance. This inaugural edition of the Roshni Impact Awards carries special meaning in the centennial year of our founder, Dr. Olinda Pereira, a visionary who believed in producing not only professionals, but people of conscience. Her light still guides us. To the Roshni Alumni Association, led by Mr. Anand De Silva, thank you for proving that alumni engagement can be far more than reunions and nostalgic WhatsApp groups. We are honored by our chief guest, Dr. Ravindranath Shanbag, whose lifelong human rights work remains courageous and uncompromising, and by our guest of honor, Mr. Ahmed Kabir, whose journey reminds us that resilience is lived, not claimed. To our awardees, Dr. Anish V. Cherian, Mr. Jeet Milan Roch, Advocate Flavia Agnes, Dr. N. Joshua Jayaseelan, Ms. Poonam Pardesi, and Michael D'Souza, your work did not chase recognition. Yet today, recognition found you. A sincere thanks to the distinguished jury for upholding rigor and integrity and ensuring that these awards remain credible and ethical. To the organizing committee and convener, Mr. Brian Fernandez, whose patience and persistence carried this event through every spreadsheet and rehearsal. To our sponsors, the brave souls who believed in this idea before it had shape. And to our friends in the media who amplified our message and helped this ceremony speak beyond this pandal. A special word of appreciation to the members of the Roshni Alumni Association, especially the executive committee, for bringing this dream to reality. A special thanks to the alumni who have traveled to be part of this event. And finally, you, the audience. Your energy and applause this evening lifted and nudged us towards imagining an even brighter edition of 2026. Roshni means light, and tonight you have helped us make it shine. Thank you. Merry Christmas and a very happy New Year 2026.
Thank you, Lee. It is said that, unlike the mind, the stomach indicates when it is empty. We are now ready for dinner, I know that, but before that, we will have the national anthem. But even before that, a couple of announcements. After the national anthem, if our chief guest doesn't mind, we would like to have all the awardees once again on the stage, even as our audience moves towards the dinner counter, which is there in the adjacent auditorium, and the jury also for a group photo after the national anthem. I request the students of Roshni Nilaya to lead us now in our national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you. I request all our invitees to move to the auditorium, and may I request our awardees to come to the stage again if it is not too much of a problem. And Sophia ma'am, could you please join us for a group photo along with the awardees? And then I request the jury members as well to come to the stage for a group photo. After this group photo, there will be a group photo of the organizing committee. So I request the organizing committee also to be ready for the group photo. Do we need more chairs? Volunteers, could I have a few more chairs, please?